kábíyèsí ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Bí kábíyèsí ẹ káàsán, mo ti bá yín ṣáàtì rí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹni tí tó ta sọ̀rọ̀ láti tẹ̀ ọ́ gbà kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Ok, mo ti rántí. Ẹ káàsán sà. Ẹ̀rí kábíyèsí ló rán mi sí ẹ o. Kábíyèsí ló rán mi sí ẹ. Ṣé kò lè sà? Torí gbogbo àṣírí tó ń tú. Inú kábíyèsí kò sí rárá.
Pause, please.
Inú kábíyèsí.
Can you rewind it a little back to when the man said Kabiyesi from beginning?
Okay, 1 minute. Sorry, give me 1 minute. I'm handling this. Oh, that's
okay.
One.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you chat it?
No. Before that. Before.
Okay.
Before that.
Yes, before that. Maybe like
Okay.
5 seconds.
Okay.
You are a man of your word. Kábíyèsí ló ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Okay.
Kábíyèsí.
He said PA Kabiyesi ló ń sọ̀rọ̀.
All right, go ahead.
Ẹ káàsán, mo ti bá yín ṣáàtì rí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹni tí tó ta sọ̀rọ̀ láti tẹ̀ ọ́ gbà kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Ok, mo ti rántí. Ẹ káàsán sà. Ẹ̀rí kábíyèsí ló rán mi sí ẹ o. Kábíyèsí ló rán mi sí ẹ. Ṣé kò lè sà? Torí gbogbo àṣírí tó ń tú. Inú kábíyèsí kò sí rárá. Inú kábíyèsí kò sí rárá. Ó lè mọ̀. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí kábíyèsí, ọba ta lórí ohun gbogbo. Àmọ́ kí n tó wà lẹ́yìn o ti fẹ́ máa fi ìbéèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Èló ló fẹ́ kó ní price yẹn tí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yóò fi ní máa jáde mọ́. Sà, ẹ ṣe ẹ mọ̀ pé the last time tẹ́ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ náà ẹni kí n try káwọn èèyàn má bully kọ́ má pè picture kábíyèsí fẹ́gbẹ́ picture Liam mọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Nǹkan tí mo lè sọ lórí kábíyèsí. N tó jẹ́ kí n máa lo kábíyèsí fún yín ni pé representative ọba ni o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ó yẹ mi ta. Àgbàníwá. Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ ni pé tó bá jẹ́ tòwó kàn fi owó sílẹ̀ mi ní ìdòwó. Owó kọ́ ni gbogbo nǹkan. Àwọn akọ̀ wà interested nínú kó tó pa Mohbad ni. Owó kọ́ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ kábíyèsí ni pé tí wọ́n bá mọ nǹkan tó yẹ kán ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí àgbà ẹ jẹ́ kán ṣe. Èmi ò ní drag wọn mọ́. Mi ò ní drag kábíyèsí mọ́. Arifa ńlá opportunity là ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa yìí o. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ̀ opportunity ẹ̀kọ́ kan ló máa wáyé. Tó bá wáyé lẹ́ẹ̀kan kó ṣeé ṣe kó má wáyé mọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ìfìdí pé àsìkò rẹ̀ right time fún ẹ láti ní ìgbà. Sànà mo wà wẹ̀ pé mo fẹ́ ṣe wedding. Mo lè rò pé dandan ni wà nídìí owó. So àsìkò yìí gbọ̀ngàn ni kò gba opportunity yìí. Èmi máa rọ̀ ọ́ ní orí òṣìṣẹ́ kábíyèsí ni o. Torí èmi ò kábíyèsí ò ní lọ wọn ní fi lọ ọ ní gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe sọ kó o dáadáa bó bá possible whichever way it is èmi ò drag kábíyèsí mọ́ nítọ̀dọ̀ tèmi ṣùgbọ́n màá gbìyànjú ìwọ̀nba apá bó bá ṣe mọ́ màá kàn sí yín ní TikTok nọ́mbà yìí wà ní private bóyá ẹ mọ̀ bóyá ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ ni.
ẹ mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ àṣìlò gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe ní àṣìlò náà mo ṣe ṣe.
kódà màá kàn sí yín ní TikTok bó bá ṣe jẹ́.
Ẹ̀ṣùjọ máa máa rí sí ìdá ẹ̀.
Màá kàn sí yín ṣebí 3 days ni ẹni wọ́n fún mi.
Ọjọ́ mẹ́ta péré ọjọ́ mẹ́ta.
Màá kàn sí yín before then bó bá ṣe jẹ́. Ẹ ṣé gan sir. Yes sir.
That was the first part of that 3 days, and it continues in another, when the 3 days lapse now. So there was another call. So let's listen.
Hello, Arifa. Hello. Hello, Arifa. Hello. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Arifa. Ẹ kálẹ́ bàbá. Ẹ kálẹ́ ọ̀lẹ́ kí kábíyèsí ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ kálẹ́ sà. Ẹ sà. Mo fẹ́ kó mọ̀ kankan ní o. Ó dà pé orí program tó wà yẹn ní tèmi àti ẹjọ́ sọ ní màá gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́n kankan. Bí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́, ó fẹ̀mí ara ẹ wíwu ni o. Àti pé àǹfààní tá a fún wọn ní ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yẹn lóòótọ́ òfin wa lé sí báyìí òpin ọjọ́ mẹ́ta mo tún lè fún ọ ní kò sí pé mo tún lè fún ọ ní kábíyèsí ni fún ọ ní ọjọ́ mẹ́ta mi ojú fi rò ibi tó bá rò sí kò jẹ́ ká mọ̀. Ṣé mo lè sọ̀rọ̀? Torí kò sọ̀rọ̀ lọ títí ẹni tẹ́mi fẹ́ kó mọ̀ mo ti sọ fún ọ. Torí mo gbọ́ gbogbo òwe tó ń pa lọ́sàn-án. Mo gbọ́ ṣùgbọ́n níta jọ sọ kò sí àgbọ̀dọ̀ bọ́ta. Tẹ́mi fẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ mi. Ó dáàbò. Ẹ̀rú sọ, ẹni sùúrù. Mo gbọ́. Nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ni pé kì í ṣe èmi nìkan ni mo wà nídìí movement yìí. Kí ló dé ju jẹ́ pé èmi nìkan ni threat yìí ló ń kàngàn sí jù? Kí ni mo ṣe? Ó jẹ́ nìkan o. Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wà ní kábíyèsí fún tó pa ọmọdé yìí. Wo Arifa mo mọ̀ mo sì mọ̀ pé oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló mọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n a ti sọ nítùbí ìnùbí ìyẹn mo fẹ́ kó dájọ́ rò ṣé ká ṣe nítùbí ìnùgbà ìjọ sẹ́yìn. Ṣé nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ kò sì jáwọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó tán. Ní kí màá sọ mo sọ fún ọ dàrú. Hello. Arifa. Mo ń gbọ́ yín. Tí o rò pé tí mo sọ mo bọ́ ṣe mo máa mí ní ẹgidi. Gbogbo tó ń ṣe ni mò ń wò. Gbogbo tó ń ṣe pátá ni mò ń wò. Má kọjá ìyá ara rẹ̀. Mo sọ fún ọ. Ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Má kọjá ìyá ara rẹ̀. Nǹkan lọmọkùnrin kù lè pa mí lè nìkẹ́ tó pa mí lọ́la. Ní ògbìn tó ráwọ́ lè yí o. Lè pa mí lè nìkẹ́ pa mí. Ní ògbìn tó ráwọ́ lè yí. Bóyá ẹ fẹ́ kí gbogbo ayé mọ tí ẹ ṣe ti lè fi jù. Kò tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Tí n bá mọ púpọ̀ ṣé èmi nìkan mo mọ púpọ̀ yìí? Kò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ó mọ̀ pé ìwọ ni igi wọ́rọ́kọ́ tí ń dáná rò. Mo mọ̀. Èmi nìkan kọ́ mo mọ púpọ̀. Wàá bá mi bẹ̀. Wàá bá mi bẹ̀. Wàhálà ẹjọ́ kọkùnrin tàtọ̀ kóbìnrin náà tọ̀ kò sí wàhálà ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́. Tó bá báyìí wà á mọ́ kò ní sí èwo.
So that is it, and that was their discussion.
Playing. Though I've listened to it though.
Okay.
The third one was the one that was playing.
Okay.
And I actually want to listen to when the man said, "Do you know you are getting married soon?"
Okay. Do you want me to play? Do you want me
yes,
to move
please.
to that side?
You please. Okay. Did you stop it?
No, it's finished now. So
Just play the last part of the audio. That is
the
the
second
third
part.
audio.
Let's see it here.
bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ó fẹ̀mí ara rẹ̀ wíwo ni o. àti pé àǹfààní tá a fún ọ ní ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yẹn lóòótọ́ òfu wa létí báyìí òpó ọjọ́ mẹ́ta mo tún lè fún ọ ní mo ní pé mo tún lè fún ọ ní kábíyèsí ni fún ọ ní ọjọ́ mẹ́ta.
I think it's gone past what you need. Can I?
Don't
let
worry.
me just
Go ahead.
move
Go
out a
ahead.
bit.
It's okay. Let it go on.
Okay, I should let it go.
Yes, let it go on.
Okay, let it go on. Okay. Okay.
ẹ kálẹ́ bàbá ẹ kálẹ́ ọ̀lẹ́ kí kábíyèsí ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ kálẹ́ sà ẹ sà mo fẹ́ kó mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ kan ní o lórí mo ó dà pé orí program tó wà yẹn ní tèmi àti ẹ jọ sọ ní ìmọ̀ àbọ̀dọ̀ gbọ́n kankan bí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ó fẹ̀mí ara ẹ wíwo ni o àti pé àǹfààní tá a fún ọ ní ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yẹn lóòótọ́ òfu wa létí báyìí òpó ọjọ́ mẹ́ta mo tún lè fún ọ ní mo ní pé mo tún lè fún ọ ní kábíyèsí ni mo fún ọ ní ọjọ́ mẹ́ta mi ẹ tó fi rò ibi tó bá rò sí kò jẹ́ ká mọ̀. ṣé mo lè sọ̀rọ̀? èmi kò sọ̀rọ̀ lọ títí ẹni tẹ́mi fẹ́ kó mọ̀ mo ti sọ fún ọ èmi mo gbọ́ gbogbo òwe tó ń pa lọ́sàn-án mo gbọ́ ṣùgbọ́n níta jọ sọ kò sí àgbọ̀dọ̀ bọ́ta èmi fẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ mi dáàbò. ẹ ló sọ ẹ ní sùúrù mo gbọ́. nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ni pé kì í ṣe èmi nìkan ni mo wà nídìí movement yìí kí ló dé jíjẹ́ pé èmi nìkan ni threat yìí ló ń kàngàn sí jù kí ni mo ṣe. ó jẹ́wọ́ nìkan o. ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wà ní pàdé ìrìnkún tó pa ọmọdé yìí. wo Arifa mo mọ̀ mo sì mọ̀ pé ó ṣe é nǹkan ló mọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n a ti sọ nítùbí ìnùbí ìyẹn mo fẹ́ kó o jájọ rò ṣé ká ṣe nítùbí ìnùbí àyè sọ̀rọ̀ sọ nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ o sì dáwọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó tán ní tí màá sọ mo sọ fún ọ dàbọ̀. Hello. Arifa. Mo ń gbọ́ yín. Ṣé o rò pé tí mò ń sọ mo ń bọ́ ṣe é? Mo máa mí ìnìyàn gidi. Gbogbo tó ń ṣe ni mò ń wò. Gbogbo tó ń ṣe pátá ni mò ń wò. Má kọjá ìyá ara rẹ̀. Mo sọ fún ọ. Ẹ mọ̀ kó tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Má kọjá ìyá ara rẹ̀. Nǹkan lọmọkùnrin kù ẹ lè pa mí lẹ́nìí kẹ́tún pa mí lọ́la. Ilé ògbìn tó ráwọ́ lè yí o. Ẹ lè pa mí lẹ́nìí kẹ́ pa mí. Ilé ògbìn tó ráwọ́ lè yí.
Yeah, thank you. I know deliberately, whoever that is making the call, make sure that the background is noisy. You know, that is one thing I discovered. Then another thing about why the authentication of this thing is this. Arifa said, when the man said, "Do you know who is talking to you? After, can you bura for me or whatever?" And he said, "P.A. Kabiyesi ló ń sọ̀rọ̀." Arifa made a statement. He said, "Oh, mo ti chat pẹ̀lú yín rí lórí TikTok." And he said, "Yes." Now, let's go back to that statement. I've heard Arifa on live program on TikTok that he said, someone was shouting him, and he said it's from Palace. And along the line, as they were shouting, what he noticed was whatever they chatted about, it will be deleted by this person. And when he noticed that, it was now screenshotting the conversation before it got deleted, that he has those in his hand. And this person talking, meanwhile, Arifa came on air to say this, and the Palace or the PA never said a word on that. This was like about a month or 2 months ago. They never disputed it. They never said it was this or that. And did not even say, this is not from us. To distance themselves from that tape, from that shouting that Arifa said. Nothing was said from the Palace. Okay. And this one again, I remembered I was watching Arifa live. It got to a point, he muted, and we saw him crying on a live show. We saw him crying. We don't know what happened. We know he was on phone and he dropped the phone. We never knew what happened. But when it was picked now, I couldn't remember of this woman's name. That was when the woman came up to say, see, this issue, that tape wasn't made by Arifa, because the first call that he got, Arifa called her and told her about it. I think they were in a group. And she told Arifa to meet his lawyer and discuss. But Arifa came back to him to say his lawyer said he should not go to police because they are being bought off. But she advised Arifa to say, do not play this conversation because it might be dangerous for your life. Don't play it. So that the day Arifa was crying, that was the last day that person called him again to give him a threat that Toba buy one more, a mere will be what they, and all those threats that we just had now. That was the day Arifa was crying on the show. And I watched that show, but I never knew what made him cry or what transpired behind the screen. So, but it was this woman that now came out to say that was what was happening. Okay. So in that wise, I tend to believe that Arifa did not make up this tape, the audio. Now, that is my belief on that audio, that probably it is police that can come out now to, when they've gone on forensic on that tape, to say, is it directly from his phone or someone sent it? And if not, he had a chat on TikTok with someone. Who's that person? What name? This can be located. This can be found out. They can find it out. Because from their conversation, this man said, Motini chat Pelurin lori TikTok. And he said, yes. So, can they find out who that was on TikTok? Because there are a couple of reasons to say that can make me believe that this tape was real. And when they say that this guy is not going to compromise, and that was when they go after him. That's my thought. We've had some people saying there is PA, chatting with him, audio tape with him. Okay, along the line, this KBAC's name reflected from Mohbad's whatever, and as a king, that was why I made the initial narration. That for you now to press a charge that you are being bullied or whatever online, you have a duty in your community as a king. When this incident happened in your domain, what were the steps that you took? What did you do? Because that would simply means if you don't do anything, like we don't see you to have done anything. So if that is the case, that means the right of people in your community that is being infringed, probably by you or by people that mentioned your name. This case is there, and the only thing you can come to do is for you to come and charge. But I think before this thing, police should have helped us out to say, this tape is a fake, this tape is real, but from where, we don't know yet, we are searching.
But Arifa did not report to the police, did he?
He did not, because...
So police wouldn't have helped him.
But according to them all, and according to this man, they said they all listened to whatever they were saying. Okay,
Ooh.
now, if he didn't report to the police...
Sorry. Who listened to whatever they were saying?
The man said it. Because when Arifa was talking...
Of course, it could be listening the way we're on TikTok live.
Yeah.
And you are discussing. Anyone can listen. Like we are now. We have like 30 people.
Yeah.
Two people are on the panelist, including myself, making it 3. So people are listening. It's just that I restricted chatting. I restricted people typing or what.
Yeah.
But people are listening. It's like a radio.
Yeah,
so
I know.
The question for me really is this. If he told his lawyer, how will a lawyer tell a client that got a threat to life, say, don't tell the police? So who should he tell? OPC?
I think what they said, the lawyer said was,
and the lawyer did not say, I am writing petition now, and I'm sending to the DSS. Because you can also take it to DSS.
Exactly.
So what kind of a lawyer is that?
That is it.
Again, when he was detained, I didn't hear this lawyer exist again, because it's another lawyer that is handling his case.
Yeah, it's
one of the
another
lawyers of Baba lawyer.
Yeah, simply because
so
where was
that same lawyer? No.
You know,
I just asked a question.
Yeah, you see, the what I think, because I'm not his lawyer and I'm not his spokesperson, so I couldn't. But from what I can deduce, is that, you know, as we are, the kind of orientation you have, your pocket will determine what kind of person you get as a solicitor. Okay, and these solicitors at times, it's not all of them that are that brave to say I can face any authority. I think this is the happening.
Are you saying he got a charge and bail? He got a charge and bail lawyer?
I think because no matter what, his lawyer should have took that up and follow it before they came for him. But I think he did nothing. So,
well, you see, for those who are listening, we are doing a critical examination of things. And we are placing things side by side, actions, inactions, in relation to the law, as it were. Now, from these 3 audios, because there are 3.
Yep.
From the first one, for me, the background was very noisy.
Yep.
The second one and the third one seems to be in a controlled confine, like in a studio or in a place where noise was filtered out. Did you notice that?
Yeah, the different from the first one and
The first one.
and
The
second
first
and
one
third
has
one are
a lot
different
of
anyway.
noise. A lot of
Yeah,
noise.
yeah,
Now, the second one is more controlled.
yeah. It's more controlled, like just like a television or radio that is talking. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, that for me brings some questioning for me. Because if something is screen recorded, skin recorded, when you press the screen to record, it is going to carry the network quality, not even external external noise as such. It's going to be a bit, as there's going to be some filter. But in this case, it doesn't seem to. The first one looked like maybe the person is in a compound. He was making the call. There are external noise. But the last two, which were continuation to the first call, are now controlled. So for me, I put a kind of question mark to that. Also, my question mark also goes to the discussion. There seems to be a kind of conscious conscience. Like two of them, they are conscious to, you created a conversation, but you don't want to lose your audience. So consciously, you are trying to reiterate or trying to ensure that the person talking to me is the same person talking to me. Because in the three audio, each time the guy is trying to confirm who he was.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're correct.
But it shouldn't be, because, for example, if I hear your voice on the phone, I will know it's your voice. Especially, we are talking between 3 days interval. And our discussion is a discussion that should create fear in me. So even if I'm sleeping consciously, that voice will be well registered in my mind. So I wouldn't need to try to confirm who you are, because I know it is the guy that want to harm me, or is threatening me, or is asking me to name my price that is calling again. Don't you
But
think?
if I may say this, the first tape was when Arifa was like Talon Soro. The other one, it was the other end that is saying, "This is me talking." Arifa never asked again.
Yes, no. The guy
Yeah,
said the first one was when he said, "Oh, you that I've been chatting with." But
exactly.
what I'm also trying to say
The
is,
following one, the man will say, "He Kabiyesi ló ń sọ̀rọ̀," and he will say, "Ah, ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ sà." Arifa did not ask him who was talking again. It was the one that introduced himself.
anyways, by and large,
Yeah.
without disputing that evidence between us, what would you have done?
Honestly, if I were him, I would have made a step to report this from my lawyer to the police and to either DSS, whatever. Definitely, I will go to police straight away. This will be reported. At least they will have it that I report that this happened, but I don't know who. I think with that, I cannot be detained with my lawyer. Come again?
We cannot comment. Your subscription stuff is on again. Is that intentional?
It's intentional, because I don't want all
No,
those
that's not me. It's
talking.
aristocrat.
I don't want that. I saw it yesterday, but I just kept quiet. For me, it's about quality for me, not about crowd. It is good that they
Okay.
can listen, but I will bring whoever will come up that will contribute and they can listen. You understand what I mean?
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
must
Okay.
comment, go and subscribe.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, don't worry. You joined the party late. Aren't a man the party ni. Anyways, Mr. Expander, go on. Are
Yeah,
you
so
still
like
talking
I
now?
said, if I were him, I would have reported the audio or even the chat with the police to say I've reported this, and when things of this happen now, I'll say yeah I've reported. But I will know who, because it's even a threat to my life as well.
And the threat to his fiance's life.
To
Because
Arifa's
the guy
life.
said no to Arifa and
Yeah,
his fiancé.
yeah, because he said Shomoko Feshe Yahoo, and all of those. So it's a big threat to Arifa. I think he should have
It's a
reported
big
that as
threat.
well. Yeah,
So,
it was.
so it still comes to the fact because before now, I know that Westo was threatened. There was a time Westo
Yeah,
mentioned in one of his live that he does his life at different locations.
yeah,
Same also was Arifa on one of his lives. He was saying that these people are real. Anytime you walk, you try to walk in groups or you look over your shoulders and etc. etc. Now, but all this time, none of these two gentlemen had written a petition to the police. Now, a very profound one now happened.
against them.
Before, let me assume that those are cowards and faceless bigots who were following them around, that. But this
Yeah,
time, they summoned courage and called, not once, not twice, 3 times,
yeah,
giving him 6 days to think over it
yeah,
before they now give the final threat. So for me, someone that is out there fighting for justice, that is the need for you to protect yourself because it is a continuous occurrence. So if you don't do that and someone else capitalized on it to incarcerate you, who do you blame? Definitely, it's a rhetorical question.
yeah,
I will know who to blame.
yeah, exactly.
And what for me, I will continue to tell any of us, you, myself, any other person that want to operate in this sphere, in this sphere of justice for mobile, is you need to protect yourself. You need to
Exactly.
ensure that
Absolutely.
you apply the rule. My grandmother always say, if you don't want a dog to tamper with something, you hang it around the neck. You will not touch it.
Yeah. Egunta
But
Somaja Lorun.
kò ní jẹ́.
Yeah, that's it.
But not even for him here, because when I heard that thing, I was thinking more of the third party that the
Yeah.
threat went to.
The wife. Yeah.
You don't need to mention my fiancé. You told me, ṣé o mọ̀ wípé o ní marriage lọ́nà.
Yeah. That's
I can
a big,
even extend that to say it was also a threat to my family,
and let me say this.
my
Let me say
friends.
this. Yeah.
More
Let me
people
say this.
were threatened.
There's this guy called what is he called? Oh, I forgot his name now. Is part of the guy they said is from other side. The guy really made a call to Arifa to say he will poison the food on his party on his wedding day. And Arifa made a move.
Imagine.
And Arifa made a move.
He made a move.
Yeah, he made a move. But you know what happened? This guy, as to what I heard, they now called some KBC, some big people to come and beg Arifa, and he now made an undertaking that nothing will happen on that day. And he left them. But he shouldn't have. He should have reported this case. That in case, yes, I've heard you people, I'm not charging, but I need to report it in case if anything happened. But people prevailed on Arifa to say, just leave him alone, blah, 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 blah. And he accepted.
Now, that is why, to an extent, you know, in my commentary, I said, somehow, you don't blame people that say they don't believe that audio. And somehow, you don't blame people that say the audio was real. It all depends on where we are arguing from.
Yeah.
Because just as you've said now, a small riffraff that said, I will poison the food on your wedding day, he acted that person had to call dignitaries to beg on his behalf, and he made an undertaking. Now, someone who is associated with a man that everyone is either directly or indirectly accusing to be involved in a paternity case, now represents that person and say, I am his PA and I'm calling you, and made 3 calls. Now, me that acted against a non-entity that was just overzealous, and I showed him, wouldn't I know that someone of that status would be a difficult individual to fight with? Wouldn't I have gone all the way to ensure that I was secured? Because at the end of the day, it's about lives. It's about protection of my life. Please mute your mic. Mute your mic, please. It's about protection of your life. And if you fail to do that, I would say that was a grave mistake. Now, going forward, looking at this case, because for everyone listening, what we are doing here is a very critical discussion. We have read the Nigeria Cybercrime Act of 2015, which has cyberbullying and cyber stalking as the 2 count charges that the king of Beleguzi had quoted, that we were told he quoted in his petition to the police, that brought about the arrest of Arifa Jogun. Now, and Westo's fiancé as well, I guess. Now, what I'm trying to say in essence is simply this. All of us, it is not about people that have channels or platforms. All of us, including chatters, including commentators or panelists, as we used to call, must ensure that we have a very strong community where we have resources that we can use at every point in time if we see that there is threats to our activities. And we simply must not sit on it and believe everything will be okay. Because while you are thinking it is not serious, the other person is taking it to be serious, which this case has shown that it is what it is. Someone that remained silent for months on accusation simply came out to act like a lion devouring. It means the also is real. So what we're doing today is just a continuation. Day before yesterday, we analyzed Mohbad's petition to the police on the 25th of June, 2023. Now, yesterday, we also analyzed the, excuse me, we also analyzed the petition of Sam Larry to counter that of Mohbad. But today, we've moved, because it's a chain, to look at the law the king used to arrest Arifa, or the law that he will be using to persecute people on this matter. And it is for us to understand those laws and act right, and also use that law to protect ourselves. So it's basically is a process for us to just analyze things as they are, as much as we understand it. But let me say here, opinions of panelists or typers are not the opinion of the host. Neither is the opinion of the host the opinion of the panelists, nor that of the commentators. So I just want a situation where all of us, we continue to discuss. As much as we are fighting for justice, justice we will get, but we also need to know that it is real. Since Monday, Arifa has been incarcerated. We hope tomorrow it will be released. But will these people stop? I don't know. People have said that there are other lists, just like the publication of list of people that were petitioned to the police. So all of us just have to see. When you hear something, say something. When you have something, ensure that you can use it to protect yourself. That is simply what it is. Susie. Hello, Susie.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening.
I hope you slept very well.
I slept very well. I did. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Justice for one, justice for all.
Justice for all.
Yes. Yeah. You are my mentor for now, and I'm opposite you for now. You are for peace and justice, and me, I'm for justice, and justice is a must for me. I don't know. I'm still going to have somebody. I don't know who is on the panel that is very good in speaking Yoruba. I'm still going to send.
Expander is. Dr. Joby is also good.
Okay. Dr. Joby, good evening, sir. Help me with. And I need my message to get to him. And people listening, please, if you want to record this message, to share it around, I will appreciate it. Okay? So my message goes like this. Oba Elegushi, for the past almost a week, getting to a week now, Arifa was picked. My name is Susan William. Okay, people call me Susie for Justice. Okay? Arifa was ambushed in his house. For me, why will I call it ambush? We've not heard the true story yet, but people keep on saying he was ambushed, so I'm going to go by that. Why did I say he was ambushed? Before you pick somebody up, you go to somebody's house to pick somebody up, you should have a warranty. There's no warranty to go to Arifa's house. There is no any invitation from Lagos State Police. You know, there is no any petition served Arifa to report in the police station, okay, for a questioning. They followed this boy to his house and ambushed him in his house and picked him up. That's a shame on the Lagos police part. Now, I'm going to talk to Oba Elegushi direct. People has been begging you to release Arifa. Yes, I'm not going to beg you, Oba Elegushi. I want you to release Arifa. You give the order, made a complaint for them to pick him up. The same way you give order for make a complaint to pick him up, please, I need you to revise that order. Let them release him. You know, I grew up to know Yoruba as people that is very, very good in tradition. And in this case of Mohbad, I've not seen it from Oba Elegushi. You should call the people involved to the kingdom. Call the kingsmen. Call the people, the law, the kingsmen that makes law in the kingdom. Because it's not the only him that makes laws in the kingdom. You have kingsmen. Oba Elegushi paid a deaf ear to our cry for the past 7 months. Something bad happened to a rising shine star, our star, you know, rising star was killed in his kingdom. A blood was shed in his kingdom. That is a taboo. I guess people that is a Yoruba people, this is a taboo to a kingdom for this kind of a thing to happen. Oba Elegushi has never addressed to our crying. All fingers are pointing at him. We have a clear petition putting out there by this boy, says that people will kill him and they are from Oba Elegushi's kingdom. Oba Elegushi pay a deaf ear to it. Oba Elegushi, if you are truly a king in that kingdom, going to send the police to use your power, to use your office, to use your kingdom, to send, to pick up Arifa, to silence him. If Arifa said otherwise about you, Oba Elegushi, you give them the platform, because as Oba, you are supposed to address this ugly thing that happened in your kingdom. We never hear your voice. All we could hear you put out a write-up list of people that you need to silence. A true Oba, a true father of a kingdom, you are not supposed to use law to silence people in the society. You are supposed to use your office. You are supposed to use wisdom to bring peace into your kingdom. But at this point, locking Arifa up for 1 week is a taboo, is a shame on your kingdom and your office. So for me, if Arifa is wrong or right at this point, as a king of a kingdom, find the killer of Mohbad. Mohbad died in his kingdom.
I can translate it all.
Okay, sir.
He's back now.
Madam tó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí fi àsìkò
Madam Susie Williams.
Madam Susie Williams ní àwọn fi àsìkò yìí rọ ọba Elégùṣì wípé tí ènìyàn bá jẹ́ ọba ó ti jẹ́ bàbá gbogbo ìlú ó sì ti jẹ́ bàbá gbogbo ọmọ tó wà ní agbègbè ẹ̀ pé pàápàá jùlọ irú nǹkan tán ṣe fún Arifa yẹn torí wọ́n jí gbé ni wọ́n sọ lọ́nà ẹ̀bùrú wọ́n sì jí gbé torí pé èèyàn ń lọ sínú ilé ẹ̀ jẹ́jẹ́ wọ́n lọ dẹ́bùrú ẹ̀ wọ́n wá wọ́n gbé lọ ságọ̀ ọlọ́pàá láti déje ọ̀la ló máa pé ọjọ́ 8 láì ṣe pé ó ní ìdí pàtàkì kan because nígbà tí a ti ń pariwo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí láti bí oṣù 7 ọba gangan ò sọ nǹkan kan bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé agbègbè wọn àti ìlú tán jọba lé lórí àti àwọn ènìyàn tán jọba lé lórí ní àárín yẹn ní nǹkan wọ̀nyí ti ṣẹlẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àwọn ọba máa ń lo idà wọn láti pe àwọn nǹkan tí ó bá ní kọ́họ ládùúgbò yẹn láti rí i pé wọ́n yanjú ẹ̀ àbí láti pe àwọn nǹkan tí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí bá kàn ṣùgbọ́n tí ọba fi ṣe yẹn níṣẹ́ ló mú wá ń kọ lẹ́tà tó ní kí wọ́n lọ gbé ẹnìkan àdúgbò yìí náà sì lọmọ tó kú yìí ó ń gbé kó tó di pé ó kú ó sì kọ àwọn àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sí ilé àgọ́ ọlọ́pàá pé àwọn ènìyàn ń sọ ẹ̀mí òun wọ́n fẹ́ dẹ̀mí òun lógbòdò pàápàá jùlọ ó dárúkọ kábíyèsí yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí ó rán wọn ṣùgbọ́n láti ìgbà yẹn ọlọ́pàá ò ṣe nǹkan kan wọ́n wá ń fi àsìkò wọn láti máa dúnkokò mọ́ àwọn ènìyàn pé tí ẹ bá mú ẹnìkan tẹ́ gbé dáadáa dúnkokò mọ́ ẹnìkan tẹ́ mú yẹn ogun ó jáde bẹ́ẹ̀ bá mú 2 ogójì á jáde lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn kẹ́ má rò pé bóyá tẹ́ bá ti mú ẹnìkan ẹ ti dá àwọn ènìyàn lẹ́nu kodò kò sí ẹnìkan kan tẹ́ lè rí dá lẹ́nu kodò ju pé agbára tẹ́ lò tẹ́ fi gbé ẹni sí àhámọ́ láì nídìí láì ní ẹ̀sùn pàtàkì ju nǹkan tó ṣe yẹn lọ tẹ́ bá rò pé kò ní àwọn ẹ̀rí nítorí pé òun gangan kọ́ ló pe ara rẹ̀ pé sòtẹ́ bá rò pé kò ní àwọn ẹ̀rí tóun náà bá ní tó bá kó jáde ṣùgbọ́n nítorí pé ẹ jẹ́ ọba àwọn àfẹ́ tasẹ̀ àgẹ̀rẹ̀ afẹ́ kí ẹ lo ipò yín gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá àti ọba lórí àwọn ènìyàn láti lọ yọ Arifa padà kúrò nínú àhámọ́ tí ẹ fi sí tí ẹ bá wá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ti tún fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lágbára láti dúnkokò mọ́ yín ju ti Arifa lọ torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní ogógún ní ogójì wọn ò mọ̀ dún torí ẹ ti fún wọn lágbára nísìnyìí ó ní nǹkan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ wo ìgbà tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ wo ìgbà tọmọdé yìí ti ń pariwo pé ìgbà tó ti ń pariwo kí ló dé tẹ́ fi ipò yín gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọba agbègbè yẹn pè wọ́n papọ̀ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ kí lẹ rí sọ sí ó lẹ́ẹ̀sọ nǹkan kan ẹ sì dákẹ́ nítorí pé Yorùbá ní tí ò bá jọ gàté ó jọ gàté tí ó fẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ méjèèjì rìn bí àtiro ṣùgbọ́n wọn wá tún rọ̀ yín pàtàkì jùlọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìdálẹ̀ Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀ tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ẹ tún jẹ́ ẹ fi apá kan jẹ́ ọmọ ìlú òkèèrè ìlú Amẹ́ríkà tẹ́ ẹ mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́hùn pé tó bá jẹ́rú bẹ́ẹ̀ ní nǹkan wọ̀nyí ti ṣẹlẹ̀ bóyá tá a bá ń sọ yìí kọ́ la máa sọ bóyá Jẹ́gẹ́dẹ́ kò bá ti gbọ́mọ pọ̀n fún ẹnìkan ṣùgbọ́n lásìkò náà ẹ ti jẹ́ ọba wọ́n wá ń rọ̀ yín wọ́n wá bẹ̀ yín kẹ́ ẹ mọ́ lo ipò yín ní ìlòkulò nítorí ọjọ́ ìní tá a rí torí ọ̀la ń bọ̀ ọ̀la ń bọ̀ o, gbogbo wa la sì mọ̀ pé pípa ni wọ́n pa ọmọdé tó jẹ́ olókìkí tó lè gbé orúkọ Nàìjíríà ga, ọmọ tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń jáde bọ̀ bí ìgbà tí òdòdó bá ń tanná tá a mọ irú nǹkan. ẹ ti dánmọ ọmọ yìí lógbodò, ẹ má tún dáwọn èèyàn míì lógbodò lẹ́yìn ẹ̀. nǹkan tí ẹ bá mọ̀ pé ẹ lè ṣe láti rí i pé kí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kó fi lójú kó yanjú nítùbínùbí, ká wò ó kí ló ṣe tán fi pa ló kí náà pa fún, kí ni àwọn wo ló pa, nǹkan mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta wọ̀nyí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọba ẹ lópo yín ẹ gbé jáde, ẹ lópo yín ẹ gbárífá jáde, ká bí kí ló mọ̀ kí ló ní kálukú mọ̀ pé àdúgbò yín ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹlẹ́gùṣì ẹ gbogbo ilé kí nǹkan àdúgbò yín ni ẹ pè wọ́n, ẹ lágbára láti lò torí àwọn àdúgbò tẹ jọba lẹ́nu kì í ṣe ọlọ́pàá ní mọ́ síwájú láti máa fi dúnkokò máwọn ènìyàn. Ipa wo lẹ́yìn gan ti kó kó tó di pé ẹ lọ pe ọlọ́pàá láti máa dúnkokò máwọn ènìyàn. Ó ní òun rọ̀ yín pé kẹ́ lo ipò yín bí ọba, kẹ́ sí wọn sílẹ̀ nítorí pé kí gbùrù má bàa fa igbó, kí afẹ́fẹ́ má tó fẹ́, torí tó bá ti fẹ́ ìdí adìẹ ni gbogbo wa mọ wò ń ta o. Ó rọ̀ yín, gbogbo wa náà sì fi àsìkò yìí rọ̀ yín bíi bàbá, ẹ ṣe bíi ọba, ẹ ṣe bíi bàbá, ẹ ṣe bíi olórí ìlú, ẹ lo ipò yín, ẹ dá Arifa padà. Ó ní ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí òun fẹ́ bẹ̀ yín nìyẹn o.
adúpẹ́ fún atótónu yín dókítà Jọbí. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ sọ yẹn ẹ gbé jáde gẹ́gẹ́ bí Madam Susan Williams ṣe sọ ní èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Kábíyèsí ẹ bá lórí ohun gbogbo,
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
ẹ̀yin dẹ̀ ni bàbá gbogbo ìlú. Ọmọ tó kú bóyá Ìkàtẹ́ ni ó já sí, bóyá ìlú tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́, àmọ́ ọba níyín ní ìgbèríko yẹn, ó dẹ̀ wà under same local government. Àwa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ará ìlú a ti ẹ̀rò wípé ẹ máa wà nínú àwọn tí ó jẹ́ aṣíwájú, nínú àwọn tó máa sọ wípé kí àwọn ọlọ́pàá kí wọ́n wá nǹkan tó ṣe ọmọkùnrin yìí. Wọ́n ní ọ̀bẹ ti gé ọmọ lọ́wọ́, a ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀nù, ọ̀bẹ ti ṣe nǹkan tó máa ṣe. Àmọ́ fún àwa tí a ìwà lórílẹ̀ èèpẹ̀ tí à ń pè pé àwọn ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ní ọwọ́ nínú ikú ọmọkùnrin yìí, wípé ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ní ọwọ́ nínú ikú ọmọkùnrin, wọ́n ní láti mú wọn kọ́ dẹ̀ fi ìyà tó tọ́ jẹ wọ́n. But nínú wọn náà ni a ti ń fi sínú túbú. Kábíyèsí ẹ jèbúrẹ́ o, ẹ bá wa fọmọ yìí lẹ̀, ẹ bá wa fi sílẹ̀. A dẹ̀ ń rò wípé ẹ máa jáde, ẹ máa dúró síwájú pẹ̀lú àwọn tí ó ń pe justice for Mohbad, wípé àjọ máa wá justice fún mi. Ẹ̀yin gangan ló tẹ̀ yẹ ká máa tẹ̀lé yín, ká máa tẹ̀lé yín lẹ́yìn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ yín ọba aládé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ ti yín, àwọn aráàlú náà ń sọ ti wọn, àwọn tó wà ní ilẹ̀ òkè òkun náà máa sọ ti wọn. Jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ẹ bá wa parí falẹ̀. Kábíyèsí o. Thank you very much, Dr. Jọbí. Though you came late, myself and Expander, we've been discussing on the Nigerian cybercrime law. We've tried to we've read all the, what do you call it? The offenses as related to cyber stalking and bullying, and the penalties likewise. But the main thing for us that we're trying to discuss is for every one of us going forward to understand that there are certain laws that some people have not even heard about. There are certain laws that people have heard about, but for all of us, there is need for all of us to be conversant with all laws, so that we can protect ourselves, so that we can seek redress if any of our rights is violated. We can pick this law. It is not for the law to be used for us, but for ourselves to exploit the law to protect ourselves. Because if law exists and we only know about the laws when something happens or someone is using it against us, that is when we know such law exists. It's not too good. So it will be good for all of us to be reading. Google is our friend. We look for this law. Let us read it. Let us ensure that while we are fighting for our rights, we do not break law. And while we are fighting for our rights, we use the same law to fight people that are trying to suppress the voice of reasoning for us to seek justice in this matter. Thank you, Doctor.
Can I say something, aristocrat?
Go ahead, Expander.
Yeah, thank you. You see, what Mrs. Susie Williams just said now was the narration that I made initially to say this is a king. In your community, if anything happens, you are the first authority to come in between the public or and the police or whoever. You get paid monthly. You get security. You get everything from the taxpayers for doing what? For doing all of this, maintain peace in your jurisdiction. But allegation was made, and I could remember vividly that people usually say, if the king comes out today to say, to distance himself from the paternity of the child of which we are talking about, that people will apologize to him. These were the call made by people to say, just come out to say you are this or you are not. And nothing was done. Absolutely nothing was done from his end, from his palace, from his lawyer, from his whatever. Nothing was done. But the only thing is to come out to say you've been bullied.
Like a week ago.
That means you fail on your duty and you are charging on. No, this doesn't speak well. It's a shame, honestly. It is. It is. You fail your duty and you want to be protected by the law, and you are being paid. No message, nothing was sent to the bereaved family. Even all the Obas in that area. Let's talk to all of them. All the Obas in that area. None of them has made a statement to say blah, 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 blah on this issue. They all kept quiet and kept mute as if nothing has happened. But if it were to be their child, their prince or their princess, it would have been the other way around. Even the police would have been running helter-skelter. But when they can quote law, you see them say, even, let's talk about the police. Look at since when Arifa is being kidnapped. Have they come out to make a statement? Oh, it's not done that way. Country is not run that way. They should have come out to say, yes, Arifa is in our custody because of this, because of this, because of this. Nothing was heard from the police up to this moment. Nothing. And you expect people to obey the law that you're supposed to guide against, and you are the one even, I don't know. It's sickening. Thank you.
Let's give kudos to the man that I just spoken. I actually want to give kudos to Eleko of Eko, the Oba Akiolu. please permit me to say a little things. During the time of NSAS, there is nothing we have not done to this man. Up to today, he has not deemed it fit to pick anybody. He said is their father. Whatever things they do, maybe they don't know, they are not aware. And nobody was arrested for anything. There is this guy from Lagos. We call him Balogun of Lagos. I don't
Hello? Hello?
No, we can hear you.
No, your voice is far.
We can't hear
You're
you,
far from your
doctor.
mic.
I think you are far from your phone. We can't hear you at all.
Let me
Maybe you should
Okay,
drop
then.
and come back.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Because you are making a valid point.
You know, Expander, we are
Yeah.
getting to the segment that I really want us to get to now, because what I tried to do first, you know, the Yoruba did that, we say, "Ẹ jẹ́ ká lé ẹlẹ́rọ yọlọ, ká wá fàbọ̀ sórí adìẹ."
Now,
I want us to read the law.
yeah.
I want us to see the mistake we, and when I mean we, I mean everybody for
Everyone, yeah.
justice.
Yeah.
The mistakes we have made in our activities for the justice for mobile, so that we can get better. Now we will now go and meet the leaders that ought to protect the people in the first place,
Exactly.
who failed in their responsibilities to protect the people. And even when the people were attacked, maimed, and killed, they still failed in their responsibility to even console them and seek redress on their behalf. Rather, they are making the journey very difficult for those who are demanding for the right thing to be done. So, like I said yesterday, nobody is free from this thing. For us fighting, we might have made mistakes in the way we are going about it, but we are going to learn. But that doesn't stop us from calling, from fighting, from biting, for throwing tantrums until the right thing is done. Even among ourselves, we dey cast ourselves. But with government or with the people in power, we must hold them accountable. And for me, that is very, very, very serious. And I really want us to. So that is the segment we are now. Because until the government does the right thing, until the people in the corridor of power do right by us, we will not keep quiet. We will not stop agitating. We will not stop doing what we know to do best. We cannot carry arms. We are not on the street of Lagos to cause mayhem, but we are using an enlightened, peaceful means to make demands for what we want. And I think the government and leaders owe every one of us, owe late Mohbad, that gesture of ensuring that he gets justice. And they need to assure us that our youth will not be killed like animals again. Go ahead, Dr. Joby.
I am in Lagos as I'm talking to you now, and I am in Lekki. But look, one thing I believe is if you are running from a war front, you can enter your house and die. So why are you afraid of death when you are being sincere? If you are sincere, you speak, let people hear your voice. It doesn't matter. Look at Abraham Lincoln. Years, people are still remembering him for what he has done to the Americans. But the point I'm making here is a very glaring case that Oba was involved. And I made it bold. Because if you are not involved, there's nothing stopping you. Right from the second day you heard this story. I am not involved. I don't know this girl in question. Even if you know the girl in question, we know the girl is an Ashana. I don't know this guy in question. I have nothing to do with this guy. So don't bring me into this issue, please, everybody. I don't want to come into the matter because of the past petition he has written, so that people will not see me being biased. So I am neutral. A whole lot by a responsible man would do that. You left that undone. You are searching people's house. You are moving from one place to another. Let me tell you, as at the day, because we all knew that they stabbed that boy. They stabbed him, and the lady stabbed that boy inside. And we knew the genesis of the matter has to do with the paternity of that boy. If anybody is covering up, let's not cover things up. But we are not there to say, okay, this is what exactly happened. But in anything, in any rumor, there must be at least 30% authenticity. Because if you had a rumor that something happened somewhere, it might not happen the way they said it, but be sure something must have happened there. That's something about rumor. Nobody will wake up and say Legus is the father. Because why? The boy looks like me now. I'm naturally fair. Why can't they say it is me? Why can't I? See, initially we were saying it was Sam Larry. But Sam Larry came around and said, no, but we look at the petition. Something must have transpired between the Legushi and this boy. Because for you to be pursuing the boy, that you live, they say we should kill you, they say you should not see you. That boy is too small to Kabiesi now. What would have been where would they have met? That they continue to use thug to threaten his life. What is a musician? He does not go to the palace for anything. They have not been inviting him. Why must a thug be tormenting him in the name of the palace?